Right, so as you guys have finished digging through the cave for anything useful that you can find and or blow up, you have spent a long rest in the cave. So if you have not long rested yet, which it looks like Galahadrian, Marrow, and Dirt have not, because they're still almost dead, go ahead and hit that long rest button. And you guys will awake on the morning of the 30th of Morin. It is rest day, so you've got a week until the until the party invites that you received back in Norris, which is plenty of time to get back. It'll take you about a day to get back to Walden, and a few days to get back to the capital. But yeah, as you wake up, Marrow, Parf, do you know how to do a long rest?
I was just refilling dog water.
Oh,
I didn't know it was like.
I just want to make sure that you know where the button is, because it's been a while.
Yeah. I was like, what, 10 feet away from the keyboard.
No worries, no worries. As you sort of stir with your new sort of serrated bone metal tail, you feel a presence within you, similar to Dirt, that you feel like you can call upon.
Do I need to focus to do this?
Yeah. So you sort of focus and sort of call forth whatever this thing is, and everybody else who is waking up sees Marrow's. Even though you're in a cave and there's just like flickering light sources from these various crystals and sconces or whatnot, the faint shadow of Marrow, the outlines burn a bit, and a paw reaches up from out of her shadow, and a third dog crawls itself out. It looks very similar to Marrow and Dirt. It is smaller than both of them. Like Dirt's a bit smaller than Marrow. Like Marrow's on the edge of like almost considered a large creature, and Dirt's more like medium sized, like as big as a bigger dog would be. So this one's smaller. Is less stocky than the other two, a bit more slim. But most distinguished between the two of them is that instead of having uh, blades running down its back like Marrow does, or being sort of a inky, rainbowy black fur like Dirt does, it has a ridge of fire running along its back as this hellhound that very much resembles Marrow and Dirt sort of crawls up and looks over at Dirt and sits and just like waits expectantly for orders.
Well, what's his name? Or what should we call him?
To be honest, I totally forgot about this and didn't figure out anything in advance.
I gave you a whole fucking week. I told you
know.
what's happening.
Listen, a lot happens. I think I drove for like 80 hours.
Ooh, oof.
That's a lot of thinking time, though.
Not if you forgot that you're supposed to think.
Yeah, that's fair.
Think and drive at the same time. Doesn't
Okay,
work.
hold on. Give me like 5 seconds to cook something up real quick.
Okay.
What's funny? Scrap. Scrap? Like the squirrel from Ice Age?
Oh, scrat! I thought you said scrap, like the scrap pieces of metal. Scrap.
That would also be fine. Wait, he was a forger guy, right? We can do scrap.
The Houndmaster guy that you killed was doing some rituals involving an anvil and destroying weapons and stuff in the back of the cave.
Dude, we'll do scrap.
Scrap? Okay.
Did we stick that anvil in a bag of holding?
Far too heavy.
Okay.
I would like to ritual cast Speak with Animals and have a conversation with Scrat.
Okay, give me a second, because I gotta...
Do you want me to put these metal scraps in the bag of holding?
Well, vagabonds seem to decide, or Alina seemed to decide to not want to take them. So that is a conversation you can have with Alina.
Oh, are we?
I don't want them, but if you want them, go for it.
It's free real estate.
They're also very heavy in encumbrance matters. Like your sheet
Yeah.
will automatically do the.
Yeah, I'm looking at it. I've got a,
Oh,
a
yeah.
completely
You-
empty bag of holding.
Yeah.
There we go. No longer encumbered. I have a bag full of metal.
All right. Oh, don't forget to long rest on dirt as well,
Yeah.
Parth. Yeah. So yeah, Galahad, you do speak with animals on
Yes.
Scrap.
Yes.
So I was like, "Hello there."
Hello, a pleasure to make your acquaintance. I'm told you are to be called Scrap.
Neat.
Well, I am Galahadrin the Green Knight. What are your thoughts about all this?
No thoughts, only serve.
Oh, okay, yeah. I've seen people like that. That makes sense. Gus, what do you think?
Are you talking to
Gus.
little Gus or big Gus?
Little Gus?
Oh God, so what was the joke I was doing for little Gus?
I am Gus.
Oh, I am Gus. I am Gus.
Yeah. Yes, and he's Scrap. I've actually never talked to Dirt. Also, Dirt, apologies for the late introduction. It is also a pleasure to make your acquaintance.
Hello.
No, absolutely nothing. He just stares at you blankly,
Oh, yeah.
tongue hanging out, wagging his tail.
Mysterious. That's good. Mystery's good.
Like Ed from The Lion King.
Oh
Okay,
yes,
yeah.
yes.
I mean, you can also decide what Scrap would say too. So.
I think he just says, like he's just thinking about burning things. Just like in a, you know how Junkrat is like kind of wild and crazy. That's just like, kind of how he is. Yeah. He was just like,
Galahadrin's gonna
dang.
try and pet him.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
He is very hot to the touch. Go ahead and make a Constitution save.
Right. Do I get to do it with advantage? I am the Summer Prince.
Nope.
Oh.
Yeah, it's not comfortable, but you're able to pet him without taking damage. It is not comfortable. It is very hot. The fires don't seem like they're actually catching things on fire. It seems like it's just his hair is fire in a sort of metaphysical sense.
Oh yeah.
But it doesn't like catch your hand on fire or anything. Like if he's by like a gas leak, he's not going to suddenly set it off.
I've seen something like this when the fire pixies visited.
And Parf, you should be able to see Scrap on your NB Companions folder. So.
That's what I was just looking for.
Yep.
Is that Luke?
Oh shit, can you
Okay.
hear? Yes, it is. Sorry.
I can tell your dog by the grrr they're playing. I spent too much time with you is what I'm hearing.
I couldn't even hear.
Yeah, that's why I was like, huh?
I guess Al's quiet to everybody except for Vagabond. Weird. But yeah, that is Scrap. For anybody from just like a meta sensibility, this is Marrow's version of like Galahad's shield. Like this is their equivalent to an artifact. Is a second dog. They will need to use a bonus action to command it. But yeah.
Neat.
This was the prompt that they gave me. It was like, I want to be a dog with two dogs. I'm like, why? It doesn't work in D&D. I'll figure something out.
It's
I
working.
want to have
Working.
2 dogs, and I want the dogs to be boyfriends.
I mean,
Listen, they've just met. Okay.
they're also more like brothers. So
We don't know yet. We'll have to discover it as we play.
I will tell you that Marrow has very much the sense of their brothers.
I mean, that doesn't stop people from shipping people.
No,
That's
it doesn't.
true.
Just
Look
let
at
you guys make that
Supernatural.
choice.
Like,
Yeah.
yeah, I was just thinking of the Winchester brothers.
I was about to say Jack survived Tumblr in 2013.
Really?
I will also note to everybody except for Marrow, and maybe Galadrin, while Marrow and Dirt are like, they're dogs, but they're like, monstrous looking dogs, but you guys are able to get away with them out in public because they're usually with you guys, and I just assume that between Alina and Abel, you guys have enough pull where you can just like smooth over anything, any social stuff. Scrap is noticeably demonic. This is a hellhound. It's a hellhound that looks a lot more like Marrow than the other hellhounds you were facing, but this is a hellhound.
I mean,
Delightful.
people don't know what demons are, though.
The your employers.
Yeah, but I feel like you can vibe it out.
I
Yeah.
think we could just tell them the truth. I'm sure they'll understand.
Has
Let's
that
give her
worked
a
for
whole
us
history.
before?
People do know what monsters are, though. Like, this is obviously, like, this is not just, like, a normal fucked up dog that somebody bred a bit too much. This thing is on fire.
Oh, how do they know? That's a lot of assumptions.
Did you touch the fire? Are you
Yeah.
sure?
But yeah, exactly. You can pet that dog. I've done it.
Can I pet that dog? Sorry.
Don't be sorry.
It's up to Marrow and Scrap if you can pet that dog.
I don't want to pet the dog. I was just quoting.
I've never tried to pet Dirt, but I get the sense Dirt doesn't want to be petted.
They're also like not very pleasant to be petted. There's a lot
Dirt?
of harsh edges to them as creatures.
Yeah, just a reminder that
like
Marrow,
the knife.
Marrow does have knives coming out of their back, like just sharp metal edges just run down their back.
But also fluffy ears.
It's just like shark skin, you gotta pet it in the right direction.
Or like when you clean your Cutco knives.
Yeah, so there you go. That is, believe you have gotten everything out of this cave. So, yeah, next step is up to you guys. It is the morning of the 30th.
I'll tell you what, I'm glad we won, but heroism, it hurts a little bit.
Yeah. Yes, this was decidedly more painful than most of our fights have been on me. I would like to leave quickly.
Oh, Phelan, what clothes were you wearing for this fight?
The same clothes I always wear. The
They
fancy
are-
purple one.
They are tattered as shit.
That's fine. I will effectively replace them
Yep.
with creation until I can get them actually retailored.
Okay. Yeah, but yeah, if you guys, what was the plan? Just go back to Walden, go straight back to Norest. What would you want to do?
We should probably report back to Walden. Can take this guy's head or something as proof of the kill.
Oh, also a note, and I forgot this. I realized after we ended the session and stuff. As a hobgoblin, after he died, he exploded.
Oh,
I don't think 10 damage would have mattered for anybody, so whatever. But
It
he
would not
did
have treated me particularly well.
Yeah.
I think it actually would have killed me, but I wasn't next to him, so.
So he is just a pile of ashes and such. So
Does he have any insignia or anything?
Well, he had a very notable weapon, but Marrow ate it.
That's true.
And he had probably had a lot of like notes and documents in the exploding chest.
Hmm.
I think he was a prolific note taker.
I mean, it seems more likely that he took it from a caravan, but if I look at the chest, is there any identifying markings left on it?
Go ahead and do an investigation. Not really. It's just a nondescript chest. It was more, rigged to explode was the main thing.
Yep. Well, it certainly did that. I say, looking at a nail embedded in the wall. Okay, well, I guess we'll just have to give our verbal report back.
All right. So, as you leave, it is a day of travel to get back to Walden. You are able to make your way through the forest unharassed, as you have taken care of the problem that was attacking the caravans this deep into the forest. And you arrive, gotta say, a bit before midday, like 10 or so. Arrive at like 10 a.m. In Walden. And I assume that you are reporting to sort of the little makeshift camp that the military has set up.
Yeah, I think we knew there's a commander that we knew that had a name.
Yes, there were two knights who were there.
Right.
They were. Well, where did I put them? Where did I put those character sheets?
It was Evira and Tasha were the two, right?
I definitely Vera. Where?
It's under City of
Yep.
No Rest.
Yeah, it was Avira and Kristoff. Sir Avira, Dianthus, and Kristoff Yar,
Okay.
who are knights of the prince and princess, respectively. All right. Looks like Evira is on duty, and you were sort of led into the tent where she's just receiving reports and coordinations for the morning. She looks up, it's like, you're all back. Welcome. How was the excursion?
Rough.
But successful.
We won.
Oh, you found them?
We did.
Yeah.
And we wiped them out.
Ah,
The whole
excellent. Found the Houndmaster and took care of them. That's
Yep.
good news. Were you able to recover anything from them?
Unfortunately, no. There was a chest of documents, but it self-destructed in our faces. It was pretty painful, wasn't it, Phelan?
It was decidedly more painful than I would have liked.
Yeah.
Face covered in band-aids.
That is unfortunate. Before you guys entered town, what are you doing with Scrap?
Okay, like Miro doesn't know anything. Is anybody else gonna say anything about, hey, put
No.
that thing away? No? Okay, we're just going then. He's with us.
Okay. So you're taking him full into the tent and such too?
Yeah, I mean.
Well, we could solve that. Do you believe he should be going into the tent? Are those flames under control?
It is a tent.
Okay, hold on. Lev, is this dog gonna set stuff on fire?
No.
Okay, then yeah, he's going in the tent.
Draws some very weird looks from the guards, who sort of go for their weapons and such, and Evira even looks over and is like, oh, you brought a Hellhound back with you?
Scrap?
So it seems.
They're friendly.
Are they?
He starts eating some silverware.
Yeah, there's probably some metal somewhere around. It's not a dining tent, but yeah.
Pull a
Searching
metal
on-
scrap out of the bag and feed it to him.
As you do that, she's like, "Where did you get that? Was that molten metal that you just pulled out of your bag?"
Maybe a little bit. Yeah. There was so that's something we should talk about. There was a really weird, like really super hot anvil that it was too heavy for us to carry. But it looked like the Houndmaster had used it to uh, destroy a minor relic, which I didn't know that was a thing you could do, but apparently this thing did. You want to show her the hilt that we found?
Boom. I pull it up.
Yeah.
Oh, it's very troubling. Do you know how they were able to do this? I assume it's some sort of demonic ritual.
It looked like a magic anvil that we weren't able to move here. So I can mark on your map where their cave is, and you could send a team to retrieve it with like a wagon.
Yes, please do. I'll get with the church as well and send some priests out to make sure that it is
That's a good idea.
not danger.
But yeah, I figure it's a shame to let all this metal go to waste.
Yes, well, I guess we won't be getting back any of the supplies that they raided from us. Not that I was necessarily expecting it. But yes, no, good.
Actually, didn't I take an inventory of what he had in the cave?
It was eaten, ruined.
Okay.
You took an inventory. It was
grim.
it was not
Okay.
good. It was like a bunch of dogs had just been like eating and urinating in it and stuff.
Yeah, I'll inform them that it's all destroyed.
Unfortunate. Well, at least it won't happen in the future. Now you've taken care of the problem, but yes, good work. I know usually we would request some proof of demise, but if the anvil is there, then we will take that as proof, and if the princess trusts you all, then I will as well. So, one moment, she goes back to sort of like workbench, opens a locked chest, pulls out a small coin purse, and is like, "We were going to be placing bounty on the Houndmaster's head for a warband to claim. But if you have already done it, then I believe it's fair that this is yours." And she hands you a small coin purse with 120 platinum in it.
Holy shit.
Thank you.
That's what you do for such good work. She sort of looks again at Scrap and is like, "Are you going to keep that?"
Yeah, I think so. Mero seems pretty attached to it.
Hmm.
He's
Um,
attached to me.
Yeah, it goes both ways, I think.
That's how
I
relationships work.
would be careful walking around with that in public. I can't imagine. Can't imagine the average citizen would be fine seeing a monster with fire walking down the streets.
I have a question about that. What about holy fire?
That's not holy fire. This is not a paladin.
Well, no, but I mean, it's traveling with paladins.
That might give you some leeway.
Hmm. might need to disguise scrap somehow, so people don't panic.
Anybody have a
Uh,
rosary?
Meryl, go ahead and make an animal handling check.
Where am I? I'm not on this map.
You can put yourself on the map.
If I wanted to.
You also don't need to have the token on the map. Well, I guess we have all the add-ons and stuff. Yeah. There you go. Yeah, you, as you're sort of thinking, like, you're listening to all these people, like, hemming and hawing over scrap, who to you is, like, obviously not a big deal. But as they're, like, worried about what you're going to do for that, you have the feeling like you can probably call scrap and dirt, like, back to that space within yourself where they, came from. Like, you can summon and dismiss them as you need, if you felt like it.
Okay. I don't feel like it.
Yeah, I didn't think so. So, options there. Alright, so, the money, or the reward distributed, the report given, she sort of, like, asks, is there anything else that we can assist you with? I expect the princess expects you back in Norest for your ceremony, but, if there's anything else we can do to assist you, please let us know.
I think we'll be heading back to the city now, so...
Safe travels.
Thanks, good luck.
Alright.
It does seem prudent to at least. We don't need to necessarily play it out, but at least say goodbye to my family.
Yeah, do you want to do a scene, or do you just want to say you did it?
Just say I did it. It is mostly just I have to get going. I will stay in touch.
Alright.
Hadron hugs all of them.
Oh,
As
do you
well he
bring
should.
everybody to see your family?
Yeah, absolutely.
Alright. Alright, yeah, there's hugs around. Yeah, pleasant thing. They say, the whole don't be a stranger thing and be sure to visit and such. Your
Naturally.
mother is very distraught by your ruined clothes.
She can get in line.
Well, alright.
I give him another... Oh, shit. How much did I give him originally? We'll give my parents 10 gold and the father another 5.
So they insist that they don't need it after you gave them so much money last time.
They can have it.
Alright. Go ahead and make a persuasion check.
Fair enough. That's not my strong suit anymore.
Yeah, they refuse it. You have given them enough. They insist it's not necessary.
Fair enough.
So put their foot down and that sort of like arguing with your parents over the bill at a restaurant. Yeah.
Throwing the coins back and forth. What an exciting family tradition.
What a strange culture. But yeah. After your goodbyes are said to the family, you guys head back to Norest. Also, if it's a yes.
Can we ride on a cart back? How's the scenery?
You can take like a river barge back. Like it takes you 2 days on sort of like barge. Just
Is there a
to
band on the river barge?
Go ahead and roll. Just roll me a d20 luck check.
All right. Feel like they should have them. I check in all of the places, even the crates.
Nope.
Wow. Not even a really small band. A very, very small goblins.
Nope, no bands.
Wow.
All right, and you find yourself back in. You find yourself back in Norest on the 33rd, in the morning. Let me bring. Oh, what are these? These do not exist. Alright. Alright, so yeah, you return to Norest. The city is just as busy and bustling as when you left it. Nothing's on fire. Nothing seems to have occurred in the week that you were gone. You do not have any engagements until the 35th, and then the ceremony for Alina's oath is on the 45th, and it's currently the 33rd. So.
Oh, we got time. You say 45th?
45th, yep.
So we got 12 days?
Yep.
Isn't that like almost 3 weeks?
2.5, yep.
Okay. Let's go on another adventure. Screw it.
Well, there's social things to do in the city and such, so yeah. Where are we going? What are we doing?
I should probably spend some time crafting replacements for the healing stuff, the restorative ointment we used. So that's probably going to take up a lot of my time. I think I can get everything I need in the city. Yeah, I can.
I will note that you should be able to purchase it from the vendors themselves, and they should have a limited supply of most things. So, I'm not sure if you've just been adding it to your inventory and doing the math. I'll say for the purpose of expediency that they have restocked since your last visit, but yeah, there is a limited amount of materials you can buy from just local shops.
It's not.
I'm assuming you've already dispensed our platinum.
Looks like it.
Cool.
Yep.
I mean, I doubt you had 26 platinum previously.
Seems unlikely, doesn't it?
No.
Okay. Yeah, I don't think that I've been actually going through the process of buying it. So let's see.
Wait, did the platinum get
Yeah, it did.
120 platinum divided by...
5.
Oh, wait a second. How many people did it get divided by? It got divided to the dogs.
Oh no.
I'm sitting there, it's like, no, my math, wait. What's going on here? Alright, no, okay, no. I don't think that was the issue. Huh. What happened there? Because it should be, because if there was, how much... Let me double check the amount of platinum. It was 120. There's 5 of you, so that should be 60 each. But I see. Oh wait, no, I was looking at silver. No, I was looking at platinum. You guys only have 26 platinum each. What the fuck happened
Wait,
there?
no. 120 divided
Hey,
by 5
yeah, what do
is
you
not
think 120
60.
divided by 5?
It should be 24. I mean,
He wants
unless
to give us 60.
you can
You
give
give
us
us
60 if
60.
you want, but
Math,
that's not
I'm
how
so
math
bad at
works.
math. No, because I rolled the 120. The 120 is the right amount. Okay. 24. Okay, never mind. You're good.
And then
Ignore
third
me.
gets no. Who is holding my gold? My money?
Your money is on your character sheet. So.
You handed me at one point some of your money.
At one point, yeah.
Yes.
All
I
of the
have
money that
some
you
of
have
it.
is on the sheet. You can trade each other money in the little like trade bubble thing. So if you
474
really
gold.
want to give your gold to somebody else, you would have to physically give it to them.
Okay. It's a trade, but
Or you can also just like narratively say everybody else has your money, but then that is how much is like allocated
my
to you in terms of personal spending. If you'd rather do that.
we'll just do that. I guess.
Okay.
Oh, also you said that I could buy uncommon things because of my
Uh,
connections, but that's not reflected in the shop.
oh, yeah, you're right. All right.
How do I see what they have in the shop? I guess you drag your little character.
Yep.
Ah,
Yeah,
interesting.
because that is, and I guess if you're able to buy them, then everybody else should be able to get them through you as well. So.
Yeah.
Doo-doo-doo.
Can you put me on the map?
Yeah.
Can
So,
is there like revival, like smelling salts or something? Or is it just if you're knocked down, then you just need an amount of healing?
if you're knocked down, you just need an amount of healing. There is a medical kit, but it requires hands.
So I can just buy this, like these 5 potions of healing as a thing.
Yes.
But if I get knocked down, Dirt can't use it to revive me though, right? We aren't functioning like that.
The potions? No. Well, you can't use potions because you don't have hands.
Oh, okay. I just straight up can't use them. Okay. Well, I won't buy them then.
Other people can give them to you, and you can carry them for other people to take if you get like a bandolier or something. But
like
you
if somebody's down, I can't just like hover over them and be like, take take a sip.
you not without hands. You can see about crafting something that can let you do this, but it would need to be a new invention thing that you guys would need to work out. Because at the moment, you can't uncork it. You don't have hands.
What if you just eat the whole thing? Glass
Yeah.
and all. I mean,
I
Meryl
can
can
do that.
eat lives.
There is a difference between swallowing a potion and crushing it in your mouth. I'd probably just like roll the healing and -1 from the glass shards.
I mean, if we can do that, that's viable.
Well, that'd be a desperate thing, but that's something you can only do to yourself if you're eating the potion. Giving it to somebody that way is like that's not gonna happen.
Oh right, yeah. That's if we had 2 people without hands, that would work.
Also, they've got uncommon divine, but they don't have common divine.
Uh,
I don't know if that's
no,
intentional
let me add that. Because these are things that you are only have access to because these are illicit, like the essences.
Okay.
And then, oh wait, no, that was. Yeah, the common and uncommon divine essences are very much more, probably you would know a sense that they are more illicit than the poisonous materials.
Hmm. Alright, did it take? It did, and it subtracted. Okay, cool. Alright, now let me just put these in my reagents bag of holding.
Yeah, I will also note that they do have more potion bandoliers in stock. Those are something that anybody can wear. They sort of take up a quote-unquote belt slot. Just so that if I make other things for quick access, it's like you need to make a choice between them. But other people can. You don't need to be an alchemist to have the potion bandolier.
Hey, where would I see the prices if I just needed to buy a couple healing potions?
They are at the alchemist.
Okay, how do I do that?
So,
duplicate, but there's not a deduplicate.
And Marrow, since you asked, you could probably get the potion bandolier modified to fit Marrow or dirt or even scrap for an additional 10 gold. So instead of 20, it'd be 30.
But I can't do anything with that though.
No, but somebody else can like grab it if like if you off the shelf, you can get an item that lets other people access your potions you're carrying more easily. If you wanted to do something that made it easier for you to administer or take yourself, that would be like a more custom order thing. Like that would need to be something that's you would have to come up with or invent, because that's not usually an issue dogs have.
Getting healed? Healing
Not
themselves?
being able to feed somebody else potions because nobody is just like, how can we train this dog to administer medicine? It hasn't really come up yet.
They don't have St. Bernards in this.
That was the thing that came to my mind, and the answer would be no, they do not have that as a cultural concept of just like a dog with a... What do St. Bernards have? Is that like water, or is it like whiskey?
No, it's like it's alcohol of some kind.
Yeah, it's ale.
Brandy.
That's what I thought. Yeah, they don't have that here culturally.
They don't have alcohol culturally.
They have alcohol culturally. They don't have dogs distributing alcohol in the winter, in like the forest or something. But if that's something that you're interested in figuring out how to do, that could be a crafting project.
How do I see the stuff? Jack seems to be seeing stuff.
Double click on the alchemist thing.
Holy shit. Brother, I'm gonna buy all 5 of these.
There is a limited stock.
So
That's fine.
We have basically 12
Thur, it was the illicit ingredients are on Mira's exotic goods.
Ah.
So you just got some free things from me. I'm deleting these.
They're not free. I paid for
well, not
them.
free, yeah, but like more stock than I wanted to have. But that wasn't like a huge precise thing anyways. So
I mean, I imagine that I wasn't going to be buying them out.
I mean, you could. You've got enough gold, or you could probably buy a decent amount of them.
Yeah. Okay, so how much downtime am I looking at here for crafting? We said 12 days, yeah? Until like the next...
If you guys do nothing else than downtime, you will have 12 days.
Oh, I
Or
also
13
need to
days,
go
actually.
to my fancy room and re-up payment and make sure everything's good. I want to keep my fancy room.
Okay. Yeah. For all 12 days?
That's the plan. Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
12 gold.
Not a problem. What's 89 minus 12? 77?
No.
Yeah?
73.
89 minus 12?
Whoop. So sorry, I thought you said 85.
Okay, no
Minus
problem. Are there any notes for me at the desk?
There is one, and it was one that no, because you got there before your note to Father Johan, so no, there would not be any notes for you.
Okay. Cool.
You kind of got there before he could respond.
Do we want to do
go
some
over to-
foraging to like up our alchemy? Can we do that? We haven't done that.
I will say that the area around the city is probably not the best pickings for alchemy stuff, just because there's so many people around here. But
Oh, okay.
yeah, but that is something that you could, if you want to say that you did that in the forest while you're, no, that would have added travel time. But yeah, that's something you can do when you're traveling out in the wilds.
Okay.
Oh,
I thought we had done it here before. That's why I asked.
how much does it cost to have my clothes fixed?
You would just need to buy new, like they're at this point. You just need to buy new ones.
Okay, how much are new clothes?
Common clothes are.
Oh, they were fancy clothes.
Yeah, well, yeah. If you were wearing your fancy clothes.
Of course, I was wearing my fancy clothes.
Did I put fancy clothes on here? No, these are just common ones. Let me get the fancy ones. Fine clothes.
Let's see. I'm assuming that the tinker has more than one crossbow bolt.
Let me fix that.
One very good crossbow bolt.
The one crossbow bolt.
I basically populated it, but didn't do the numbers for the ones that weren't alchemy because it just didn't seem like it would be glaringly necessary.
Let's see.
But yeah, the Tinker's sort of shop is just a sort of small shop with, like, a gnome running it or whatnot. Just various gadgets and gizmos on the wall, and just in the back, sort of a crest of the kingdom of Felmara, as sort of like this is an officially licensed establishment, as opposed to the smuggling den that you guys found back in the other place, Dranis.
Music cut out.
Yeah, I'm. There we go. I forgot to change it to the city music. I don't have it. You can tie it to specific scenes. I'm just too lazy to set that up. I do it manually.
I bought a bunch of new things.
Good. You have the money for it.
Is it really a fair exchange, the little coins for actual useful objects?
In this world, it is.
Galahadron thinks about it.
Hey, this is great. I think I'll buy this. How much is this? More than I have. Never mind.
How much
Which
do you
one is it?
need?
What are you looking for?
The mantle of the Lightbender.
How much is like $10 billion?
60,000.
Yeah, we don't got that.
We don't even have close to that.
Not yet. One day.
You read the description for it, yeah?
Yeah. Did I miss something about it?
No, it's just literally like all of the magical items in Mira's exotic goods are basically crafted from monster parts, basically.
So should I just go ahead and start crafting, I guess, if we're just hanging out in the city?
You certainly can.
I believe the plan is mostly just hang out in the city. Yes, sir.
We're gonna use our uncommon.
Can Galahadron help you craft?
You're certainly
There's a
welcome to
lot
keep
of
me
no
company.
partying signs around the city.
You partied too hardy last time.
It was the geese.
3, 4, 5, 6. Okay.
Where do you do your crafting, Abel?
I have a room in the castle, don't I?
Yeah, you do. As you return to your room, you find that you do have a letter waiting for you. It is a more formal invitation for the dinner on the 35th from your uncle Shelton Castle.
Well, we'll take a break from alchemy and go to that.
Galahadran, you also have a letter. It is an invitation to a dinner as well, but it is at the Avency Regency Embassy.
Oh, with who?
With Rebecca.
Ah, I thank the falcon that gave this to me.
It was left in your room.
All right. Hard to repay that favor then, but okay. All right.
Yeah, Abel, yours includes you may bring whoever else you wish. Galahadran, yours does not include that.
Oh. Well, all right. It's at the same time.
Same time, same day.
Sneaky.
Same bat channel.
I feel like I have to go where I'm invited to. It's polite. So I'll go to the dinner.
Okay, it's in 2 days, so.
Okay. Yeah. Well,
I guess I would invite Galahadran along to the dinner.
oh, well, okay. Now I have 2 invites. I owe you a bigger debt, I think. How do I I'm not they've made a mistake. They put the dinners at the same time. Maybe they could just move the dinners together in the same place. Can I write a counter invitation to Rebecca, inviting them to the Abel's dinner?
You're gonna invite somebody else to a party
Yes.
that you're a +1 to?
Yeah, that's right.
I mean, I'm
I mean,
also
it's-
friends
exactly.
with Rebecca, right?
I
You
thought the
are,
other
yeah.
invitation said that we could take anyone.
There is a protocol for this.
There's
If
a
you guys
protocol.
want to,
I mean, I assume I would know the protocol.
yeah, it would be you would need to. The implication for your uncle's invite is he knows you're part of a warband with like Alina and Phelan and Galahadran and such. So it's like, hey, it's for all of you guys. Rebecca would not be presumed unless you're bringing her as like an additional date for yourself. But you can probably you could just go and visit your uncle when it's not the party and ask to invite somebody else as well. Like he's usually a very
Laid back guy.
open gentleman.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll pay him a visit, and I'll explain the awkward situation, and be like, hey, is it okay if we just, the more the merrier, you know?
Oh well, I'd be perfectly fine with that, my Abel, my good boy. But are you? I'm not sure. Do you bring Galahadran with you for this?
Galahadran, would you like to come?
Sure, yeah, I'll tag along.
So it looks around and is like, are you sure that the intention of the envoy was just to have a party, so to speak? Like it's Sir Galahadran, it seems like this very eligible envoy of ours might have taken a liking to you.
Oh yes, that happens with a lot of people.
I can imagine. You're a very handsome young lad. Reminds me of
Thank you.
myself back in my youth.
I like this guy.
Yes, if you believe it would be wise to invite her, you certainly may. But I would definitely caution about this, Abel. You don't. So like gives you just a knowing, just like, yeah.
Why is
Eh?
I don't know. I'm just trying to solve problems.
As you guys are sort of having this talk, Gracie, your cousin,
Oh,
comes
yep.
in and is like, "Ah, Abel, I heard you were here. It's good to see that you're doing well."
Gracie, how have you been?
I've been managing. Uncle Gavin has been very gracious in taking care of me as I have kind of left in between houses at the moment. Not sure I necessarily want to go back and face my parents after losing my husband so quickly.
Well, that's hardly your fault.
Wicked fair.
No, I know. It's and she sort of sits. She seems like she's been in a very dour mood for understandable reasons.
Yeah. Um.
Oh yes, Abel, and it was very, very thoughtful of you to get Gracie that bottle of wine for her birthday.
Of course. Yes. I'm glad that she liked it.
Yes,
Thank you for
no,
reminding
thank
me,
you.
Uncle.
Yes, it was a lovely gesture, Abel. I appreciate it.
Um. Well, it seems we have a lot to discuss before the party.
Yes, terrible stuff. Uh, I sort of just sit around just awkwardly, just not
Yeah.
sure.
He's just like,
Seems that the Marquis has decided to give Baroness Franck the Castillon post for Pontem.
ah.
Yes,
Well,
yes.
that seems like a good choice. I'm sure she'll do well.
Yes, I'm sure she will. I have. She has reached out to me about sending over any mementos that she's able to find in the castle that she believes will have some emotional importance to you two. So I'll be sure to keep those safe and hand them over once they arrive.
I appreciate it. Yes, I also need to figure out what I'm going to be doing with the rest of my life.
Don't we all?
Well, it seems like you're in good sorts. I was worried about you for when I first heard, but seeing you at a warband, and sort of take out that other knight's party, that was quite something, Abel. You've found yourself in quite a good place.
Yes, they're quite capable. I'm lucky to have their support.
Is that your plan moving forward? Is to join this warband under the princess? No more. He sort of like looks a bit tongue-tied, not really sure.
Yes, I think it's time to take my life in a new direction. I think I could do a lot of good with Circatala.
Yes, I hope so. I know you always struck me as someone with a mind for business over combat, but I'm not infallible.
Well, who knows what opportunities will present themselves. I'm sure the royal family will appreciate someone with an eye for opportunities.
Yes, and I believe Countess von Uben was somebody who I believed you would get along with well, with that keen eye for business that you have. What did you think of her when you met her the other day?
Can you remind me the player who this is?
Yes. She was the young blonde halfling, or young blonde, shorter, pointed ears. The Countess of Trentham.
Didn't we have a bit of a run-in with
That
them?
that was a baron who had
Okay.
operated the menagerie around Trentham. This you first met her when she congratulated you for winning the
Okay.
match, and you complimented her on the garden that you guys toured in Trentham.
Oh yes, that's right. Let me look. Tiffany von Uben.
Yep. There's her token.
Yes. Um. Hmm. Yes. Lovely young lady, good taste in gardens. Galahadrian and I had a lovely tour when we were there.
It's a splendid place. You should have let us know that you were visiting. Should have taken you to the private portion of the garden.
Well, we were just passing through, and well, Galahadrian and I had just met, and I thought it would be a good way to get to know each other a little better.
I see. Yes, it's a beautiful place.
Yes, all the flowers had names, but none of them answered to them.
How rude. So it's Charles.
Galahadrian nods
Truly.
seriously.
What a fun exchange. Just outside everything. What a fun little exchange.
Yeah, I like that's his token. I like him. He's a goofy little old fat man.
Mm-hmm. Let's see.
Yeah, you guys enjoy some nice afternoon tea and pastries on your uncle's behalf. And yeah, he gives you permission to invite Rebecca to the party if you feel like that is a wise thing, but sort of like, probably not what she's trying to do.
Mm-hmm. Let's see.
I will also in these talks note that I think you guys have been trying to find ways to get to Avency as well for other reasons. So
We have.
Yep.
Well,
But I don't think we're going to be able to get all the way to Avency while waiting for
but like in the future,
Alina's maneuver. Oh, yeah.
yeah.
because
Well,
it is a very restricted city.
Yeah.
Mostly because a lot of it is still filled with roaming undead.
maybe we could I don't know. I guess it's up to Galahadrian what he wants to
But
do. He's his own person.
Yeah, well, I was gonna ask, okay, I'll think really hard. What do I think my mom would want me to do?
Go ahead. You want that to be an insight roll, an intelligence roll, a history check? What do you think Galahadrian's skill would be in trying to emulate his mother's wishes?
And is, I guess, insight.
Okay. Your mom wants you to come home.
Oh,
As soon as you
okay.
think of your mother, you realize that she has already sent 2 forms of servants to bid you to come home, and a shiver runs down your spine as you realize if she asks again, it will be the 3rd time that she has asked.
Yeah, I also don't have a door home, but that's true. All right. Abel. What should I do?
Hmm. Well, I would very much like to have you come to the party with me. Though understand Rebecca's an important person now, and maintaining good relations is important. Perhaps we could ask her to. You could ask her to reschedule.
Oh, all right.
Have lunch or
Uh,
something that day.
Okay, Galahadron will write a letter doing that then. This is a good idea.
Okay, and are you just sending it through the post, or are you going to the embassy to deliver it, or?
Either Falcon? I'll put it in the post.
Okay. Go ahead and make me a persuasion check.
Okay. I'm pretty good at that.
You are. Okay. Noted.
So she's persuaded, right?
You have sent the letter. She has not received it.
I'm pretty confident she's persuaded.
Galahadron's
else?
confidence is by far one of his best features.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah. That and the 10-foot save aura.
Well, that never hurts.
Yeah.
Love
Alright.
me a 10-foot save aura.
Oh yeah. Yeah. So that is your guys' afternoon. Anybody else doing anything on your first day back?
I'm going to the church to see if Serena is there. Presumably not, but we're gonna go check.
She is not. But as you are at the church, you see sort of being wheeled around by his attendant. The Archbishop sees you and is like, "Oh, Phelan, my boy, you're back.
I am. Hello, Archbishop. Have
Good,
you
good. It's good to see you
seen
all in one piece."
Serena?
No, she should be back for next few days, I presume.
I should hope so. Has it not?
Yes,
Hasn't it been some time since she left?
a bit over a week, but that's to be expected. But yes, I've been meaning to talk with you, or well, with you, but also where is your friend Galahadron?
Galahadron was invited to, it seems, 2 separate parties, and is a very busy man.
Oh, very popular, man. Very popular. If he has time, if you can let him know that I and the other archbishops would love to have a meeting with him.
Simply him?
Yes.
Is there something? 2
It's a great
questions, I
opportunity
suppose.
for him. It was, and he sort of leans in conspiratorial and is like, between you and me, I believe I have found a way to make him a paladin.
Between you and me, he already uses powers similar to a paladin. I assume you mean
Officially one, with the
by
official
title.
backing of the church.
Yes, of course. All right, I will let him know that you have requested him.
Thank you. Good man. And yes, when Serena's back, do you wish us to let you know?
I would love that. Thank you.
Oh,
And
of
I give
course,
him
of course. I will make
address
sure
of
that she is informed.
my Ian.
Now, if there's nothing else, enjoy the library or the museum. Take care, good boy. And he's wheeled away.
Thank you. And then, this is not the city with the giant mage school, right?
No.
Okay.
There is an academy here. There are some mages, not like employed by various noble houses who are doing their work here. Presumably, you don't know any of them personally. The mage school is on. So you guys are currently where the flag is. The maid school is over here. On the other side of Lothram, the duchies, and Filmara.
Gotcha. Okay. If I may, I'd like to go to the wizard school.
Like today, or eventually, or
At some point, we can do it now if no one else has other stuff they want to do. I
you
mean,
would not
the
be
wizard place in the academy, is that what you called it?
There
the
is
place that's
not
in this town.
There are some. If you just want to speak to some wizards, just period. You
That's
could
the
probably
plan.
find some. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Go ahead and make an investigation check.
Okey
And
dokey.
Alina, if Alina's free, she can probably give you advantage.
Yeah.
I'm all right.
All right.
I assume.
So yeah, you head over to the academy. What, you're just looking for wizards?
Yeah.
Yeah, there is. You sort of introduce yourself. You are recognized as somebody who is part of the new warband that the princess will be taking on. People recognize you from the exhibition match.
So the
Uh,
massive fireball.
Yep, the massive fireball, and there's like, oh yes, no, we do have a an instructor for magic at the campus. I can grab them for you if you wish. Just,
That would be amazing. Yes.
actually no, they would bring you to their office.
Even better.
Yeah. Man, I did not make faculty for this school, but there's not many. Give me 1 second.
It's
I want
okay
to
if
make
you
sure
just
that
off the cuff it. I won't know any different.
Yep. You arrive, and as they're leading you to the room, it's like, oh yes, we just recently got a new professor. Uh, she she's a bit young, but she's shown very much talent, and we're always happy to have any sort of spellcaster here to help tutor the up and coming mages, considering most of the talent is sort of taken in by the Azure Academy over noble houses. Uh, Here you go. They open the door and it's like, Professor Reventhor, you have a visitor. Uh, and the door is opened and you see that there is a uh, young woman in a professor's robe just sitting behind a desk, just going through papers. Her hair has a slight sort of like glowing embers look to it. She sort of looks up and it's like, oh, yes, I believe. You seem. I don't believe I know your name specifically, but you do look familiar. Are you a student here?
I am not. No. My name is Phelan. Likely I am familiar from an exhibition match that is very widely talked about these days.
Ah, yes, yes, the wizard. Oh, you're Alina's friend. Oh, that's wonderful.
I am. Yes. Do you
Oh,
know
it's very
Alina?
nice. Alina and I were classmates.
Oh, that is
Who is this?
interesting.
This is Sia.
See ya. Okay.
Well, I hope I'm not intruding or interrupting anything you were doing, but
No,
I
no,
had
I
some
was just
questions
grading
if
some
you don't mind.
rudimentary papers. I won't lie, we don't really have a very intense magical curriculum here. Most of the arcane minded students go elsewhere for their studies, but this I graduated and I wish to sort of help share some of my talents with uh, some of the other students. So sort of here I am.
That's quite all right. I don't know how well I would take to learning it anyway.
Oh, from what I've seen, you are probably a bit beyond my level. You must have had excellent tutors.
That brings us to a very that brings us to the crux of my questioning. If you don't mind me picking your brain a moment.
No, no, of course, I can make time for this. A friend of Alina's is a friend of mine.
I appreciate it. So I don't broadcast what I can do very often. Giant fireballs in the middle of a stadium, notwithstanding. Um, Mostly because I don't know what it is. I don't know. I confess, growing up in a small town in the woods didn't teach me much about how wizards work to begin with. Um,
You're a wood elf?
I am, yes.
Oh, I wasn't aware that there were wizards in those communities.
I'm not convinced that there are. I've had no studying. I did not. I was never taught any of this. It all just came in one day.
Huh. That is interesting. Must admit, I've never heard of that before.
Neither have I, nor have I found any instances of it in any research since.
Hmm. Uh, were there any inciting incidents? Any uh magical effects that sort of changed you or left an impact? Were there any Any magical relics that you found might have done something to you?
No. This is where my need for secrecy, I suppose, is what gets in my way. When it happened, I was sitting in a boat fishing, as I did most days, and contemplating the nature of the Trinity, which I did frequently because I grew up in one of the what's the term for it? I would know the term. He would know the term.
The outreach programs.
Thank you. I grew up in the outreach program, and I realized, perhaps incorrectly, perhaps correctly, that a large part of what the Trinity does is instilling order or maintaining order.
Yes.
And that felt very enlightening. It felt like an epiphany. And then I was simply able to create things. Like, and I could just I make something to show her. And as time progressed, quickly, I can now create things. I can cast spells. I can wield the elements, and I can create life and show her Gus.
Ah, are you sure that this is not the blessings of the Trinity? Then I'm not sure why, given that background, you would consider yourself a wizard. These seem like very potent clerical powers, just blessings from the Trinity.
This doesn't. I confess I haven't really spoken to the Trinity about it, mostly because I fear being labeled a heretic. I don't
Oh, you really
particularly
are
know
from
why.
outside of Aventicuum. You can roll a religion check for this because you probably heard about this.
Yeah, let's do it. God, how does the alphabet work?
Oh yeah, you've heard this refrain, and it probably just like slipped your mind, but you'd be very familiar with this. Very common phrase. Anybody who was raised like this is one of those things that's said like almost every service. Whenever there's some sort of gathering, the Trinity listens to deeds and speaks through blessings. There is never any direct communication between the gods and their followers.
Interesting.
They are known to exist and to have like standards and wants because there are some behaviors and actions and lifestyles that they reward with more blessings, and this is fairly consistent with their doctrine. But this is not just like you fuck up and you hear a voice in your head just saying you done fucked up and then your powers go away. It's just like you do something that breaks an oath and just like the faucet turns off.
Got it. As I try to figure out what I am and where this is coming from, is there a test you can do? Are there different types of magic? Is there a difference between the magic you do and the magic the father in the temples would do?
So it's a difficult question. It's funny that you've come to me. I started my arcane journey because as a child there was a mishap, some sort of a magical event that left a lingering impression upon me. And that sort of gave me a small spark of power with which to draw upon that was arcane in nature. She sort of like runs her hand through her hair that glows, sort of like running her fingers through her hair sort of stokes her hair like a dying fire and like sends small sparks off. She was like, so I am touched by some amount of magic myself that I can use as a source, but I still needed to. It wasn't a blessing from the Trinity. It wasn't a reward for faithful acts, although I do keep the faith. That is not a. It is not my calling. It is not a strong enough to warrant their favor, which I'm fine with. It was more due to study to understand the effect that it had upon me to better sort of help my own health and my own body, and then also to harness power beyond what is just innately inside me, and that involved very careful, rigorous study of arcane, runes and theorems and components, and she starts off simple and then starts rattling off technical terms that are beyond you. You can make an arcane check to see where she sort of breaks off into it, but she will eventually start like, oh yes, the simple things like, and then trigonometry.
God, come on. I would love to roll an arcane check.
Uh,
There we go.
Yeah, you get decently far. Like from your conversations with the various high elves, you've like picked up some terminology, but you know the terms. You don't know necessarily the contexts in which they're applicable or used or whatnot.
Got
Yeah, she basically says it's like, if we can do some tests to see if there's some sort of innate power on you like me, but it would just be a yes or no test. If you're interested in that.
I would be.
Yeah, let's see here, and give me a second. I think it might be in the, and she sort of leaves the room, goes somewhere, comes back with a very dusty box, and sort of takes the lid off. And there's like a crystal ball inside of it, and as she picks it up, it sort of glows a bit, sort of like warm and orange. And it's like, here, this sort of an arcane prism. It sort of amplifies and shows power that is adjacent to it. You can use it to detect the presence of certain magics, but it's not a precise tool. It's sort of a, do you have it or do you not? It hasn't really been used in a while. Yeah, and she sort of holds it out to you to grab.
Yeah, I'll take it.
You take it, you pull it towards you. As it leaves her hand, it goes dim, and in your hands it is just a translucent, unreactive glass ball.
Interesting.
Alright, well, it's not that.
Would
This also wouldn't react to divine blessings.
do you believe the divine teachers would have a similar thing?
You would
I'm
need to
afraid
go
of
to
what
the
would happen if they were both dark.
You would need to go to... We don't necessarily have clerical teachers at this academy. You would need to go to the Cathedral of Felmar for that. That's more their specialty. Or I imagine any of the other cathedrals, anywhere that there's people who have the blessings of the Trinity. They might be able to tell you more. It's not my area of expertise.
I understand. A second question, or a second topic, I suppose.
Of course.
And I have tried the church on this. They came up dry. It would appear that after my powers ignited, and I left home to figure out what was becoming of me, there are large swaths of time in my past that I have forgotten. I had a cleric look me over. They found nothing. Is there a test that you could do to see if there's anything more you may be able to find?
That depends. How long have you been friends with Whitewater?
Oh.
Because I imagine some of his products could cause some loss of memory if used incorrectly.
What? Oh, right. Um. Huh. Well, I would know the exact amount of time, whatever that isn't it like 2 months?
Oh, yeah, it's like, and if, all right, probably not that then. I wasn't sure how far back you went with him, if you also know Alina. So it's probably not drug related.
His powers cause loss of memory.
Well, I mean, it's never really my thing, but I do know of some classmates who've dabbled a bit more than they should have and described sort of blackout periods of memory.
Fascinating. We'll get back to that. I'll talk with him about that later. No, it's only been 2 months that I've known him. It's been, by my recollection, 2 years since I left home.
Oh, I'm sorry, but that's not something that I've necessarily come across. If a priest wasn't able to find anything, I don't even know where I would begin to look.
Worth a shot. This
Well,
has
yes.
been enlightening. Thank you.
I hope so. I'm sorry, I don't feel like I've been able to help you much at all.
You've been able to cross things off a list. If the list
Well,
is shorter, it's easier.
happy to do that. If you're looking for someone with a more advanced, like not to belittle myself too much, but one of the reasons that I have this position is I was not headhunted by those who could afford more talented practitioners of the arcane, if you would. There are various members of some noble houses who have high elves in their families that might be able to give you more in-depth answers if you were to look locally. Imagine the Azure Academy is pretty far away for a casual visit, but they might be able to tell you more as well. It's
Yeah.
You hate to say this, I'm not exactly on their level.
I understand. Any names that could potentially point me further would be very welcome.
She just lists off like a few, high elf people in families or whatnot. You recognize, Luna Spirit and the other girl and stuff, just like random high elves, and it's like, and if the Azure Academy, I mean, you could luck out and find whoever Marchese the Blue is. I'm sure that she could have some wild riddle to tell you that would solve none of your issues.
Perfect. Well, I appreciate you taking the time to answer some of my questions.
Oh,
To the best of your ability.
of course. How is Alina? I have not seen her in what feels like ages.
She is. She seems to be going through some things, but those would be predominantly her things to speak of.
That
But
does
as
sound
far
like
as I
Alina.
can tell, physically, she is well.
Good to hear. Give her my best, if you would.
I will let her know you said hello.
Thank you. Yeah.
And then I roll.
All right.
Well, I'm not talking to the church, not until I talk to Serena. So.
No worries. All right. Mero, Alina, are you guys doing anything today?
Go for it.
I don't think so. This is not my strong suit. Is there a butcher shop that I can root around in the... Where's like a fancy butcher shop?
Abel could probably direct you to the fanciest butcher shop. Alina might also be able to tell you. It's up to Alina whether she knows where like the really fancy food places are.
Yeah, she'd pass that information along.
Yeah.
I want marrow and dirt to go to the butcher shop. Like the really nice one, and then okay, I assume actually the thing is I assume that this like they probably sell the bones to like restaurants and stuff, right?
Like soup stock and whatnot.
Yeah. They don't just discard them.
I mean, you don't need to do dumpster diving. You do have a lot of money to your name.
But there's a thrill in it.
Yeah.
I mean,
Who
look
knows
at
what
who
we'll
you're
eat?
looking. What'd you say? Sorry.
I was just going along. Who knows what we'll eat when we go dumpster diving?
Mm-hmm. I want to go to like the dumpsters behind like the really nice grocery stores. Not grocery
Okay.
stores, like food shops.
Okay. Go ahead and make survival or investigation. Your choice.
It's just a little bit better when it's got that like rot to it, you know?
I don't, but I'll take your word for it. It's like aging a steak, and after you age it too much, you need to like cut the top layer off.
And that's like the best part. Okay, so
Sure.
what am I doing?
Survival or investigation check. What your
Survival.
call? Yeah, you find like a dumpster that's got like, this is not a time where like you had an industrial, like, an urbanization like trash can thing. Like there's just probably a pile of garbage somewhere in an alley.
I want to get in that.
Yeah, you get in it. You start rooting around in it. Somebody, probably an employee for one of the stores, just comes out and just sees like this big dog just digging around or two big dogs. Do you have Scrap with you as well, or did you dismiss Scrap?
Yeah, Scrap is not interested in this.
Okay, yeah, Scrap's back at the base. Yeah, you guys are sort of rooting through that. Somebody sees you and starts to like, oh, I need to get rid of these pests, and they realize how big you both are, and we're like, oh no, it's not my problem. But yeah, you find some lovely discarded bits of meat and vegetables and bread and fruits and stuff. Just it's decent pile of common discarded foodstuffs. Yeah.
Anything fun?
There's probably some bones. Not anything like like there's no griffin wings or anything like that. Like it's what would your definition of fun be?
New.
New.
Something that we haven't eaten before.
There's probably some cuts of some animal that you're not sure what the animal was. That are tasty, but like you wouldn't be able to put a name to a rib. Yeah, it's a decent amount of food. You enjoy yourself. No one bothers you because you are in an alley, so you're not disturbing common people, and you're also big enough that nobody wants to deal with you. So
Nobody even tries to talk to me. They're just like, pass.
no, just very little like, oh, some nobles really like monstrously bred. Like again, a lot of people assume that you are some noble's pet that is just out and about chewing things up. Like you're like some sort of war dog that is just roaming around.
Okay. That's all.
With your two best friends.
Yeah.
Well, one best friend. You have the other one's back in the room.
He doesn't eat scraps like that.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
That's not his priority.
Alina, was there anything you wanted to do?
Not that I can think off the top of my head. I would like. I'm gonna go seek out Torin if he's around. I'm gonna see if Torin is still in city.
Torin Oakenshield, go ahead and make an investigation check.
Nope.
Yep. Nobody knows who you're talking about.
I mean, I think she's going to legitimately take this evening and do more research on the knights and sort of take a moment to herself and just really center herself.
Okay. Yeah. Is there a way that you would like to express that mechanically?
Yeah, she would go to the library and then to do her research, and then she's going to work in the forge.
Okay.
For a little
while. What are we researching?
Anything near the end of the stories of the knights.
Okay.
Like anything that would give her a clue as to why it all fell apart, or what she is viewing as fell apart from her vision.
Okay. Go ahead and make a history check.
Can I do the memories of a past life?
You can. Let's see. Okay. If you're spending that. So I will say that as you are reading all of these histories, you don't necessarily have a full-on vision, but just as you're reading these accounts, all these accounts are triumphant. All these accounts, like the reason that the Knights Eternal are, went their separate ways was because they won. They succeeded. They drove. They united Aventicuum. They drove the enemies of civilization to the fringes of the world, beyond the mountains and such. They made Aventicuum a safe haven, and then the King Owen appointed somebody to be emperor in his stead, and he was taken by the Trinity and ascended to heaven, where he sort of waits to return in Aventicum's time of need. All of that feels wrong. All of that feels like this is not how it ever happened. Like you're looking for things that are familiar, and you just get the sense that like this isn't something this isn't how it went for you in any of the memories that are being called forth by any of this. Like the early stuff, like here are the battles, here's the things we fought. Those are similar enough to be like yes, these seem you get ghosted memories that are flittering of just like, oh yeah, this battle and kind of this battle. Like it didn't happen exactly as it was described, but as you read for like, oh yes, the battles of the Cresian plains, is you have flashes of just like familiarity with like, oh yeah, you remember riding on horseback and fighting orcs riding wolves, but instead of just being like orcish tribes doing things, it's like you can see demons mixed in with the fighting and stuff. Like it's what you're reading is not necessarily accurate to your memories, but it's not it's people 800 years later or 900 years later at this point, sort of remembering that and with some details scrubbed for various reasons. But the ending of it, how everything sort of finished, is just like it's what you had hoped would always happen, but it's not something that ever actually was achieved that you feel you remember. Does that make sense? I think if you want to ask some follow-up questions for clarification, you certainly can.
So am I feeling that just like an overwhelming sense that these histories are wrong? It's not all the truth, that it wasn't all grandeur, it was also struggle and heartbreak, and it didn't end the way I want. Is that what I was?
Go ahead and make a history check, just to see your sort of more academic mind sort of try to reconcile these two things. So there's definitely a sense you got. It's like, oh, the history must be wrong. They must be doing stuff. They've omitted demons from all this stuff. They might be omitting that. But then a thought strikes you, because you're so used to like you've had these clear, longer visions of various stuff that gets triggered by hearing or learning things, and you get these more wispy visions of reading about the early parts of the conflict. But for like the end of it, and you're trying to think of how it went wrong, and it looks like nothing went wrong. A creeping, terrifying realization sort of just like comes to your mind of like, what if it went differently because you weren't there? What if you completely missed whatever like this version of events was.
Identity crisis. Yeah, she would after that, I think she'd go drink. Probably at the, I'm assuming there's some sort of tavern that is specifically for, like, alumni.
Not for, that's not how taverns work for
Well,
alumni.
you know what
Usually
I
when you
meant.
graduate, you split to the winds. There's taverns for students that alumni can visit.
Well, I don't want to drink with students.
Well, that's usually people who go drinking as alumni are trying to remember their college days and pretend they're still in college.
Gross.
You don't go somewhere. It's like, oh yes, this is the bar where all the Stanford graduates drink. It's like,
Okay, well, let me, like, broaden that a little bit. Like, sort of where not student, but military.
oh
drink.
yeah. There's soldiers bars and stuff. Yeah.
She's gonna go find herself in a soldier's bar.
One for more like knights or one for more like common soldiers.
She is going to start at the knight's bar, and if it's too hoity-toity for her blood, she is going to go to the common bar.
It's not necessarily too hoity-toity, but it's definitely like more pricey and stuff. They let you in easily because you are a knight, but you also you are potentially a knight of the princess. So they're these are still people that are a bit below what your station is going to be. So it's not like incredibly hoity-toity. Like you're not going to specifically a nobleman's bar. You're going to a bar with people who serve and are trusted by noblemans and such, or are third or fourth sons of noblemans. But yeah. Actually, no. In this culture, the knights are probably the first sons because it's very militarist tools. You get what I mean, though.
Yeah.
These aren't hoity-toity people. These are more of the practical sort. Yeah, you go out and you drown your sorrows. I will say that for that spending of the resource and for the history check, you don't think you can rule out the possibility that the reason that you can't necessarily connect yourself to any of these Knights Eternal is that there might be a Knight Eternal who's missing from the list. You can't rule that out. As you get into your cups before things get too tipsy, that is a thought that occurs to you.
I'll write that down so I don't forget it.
All right, as everybody's day for the 33rd. All right, the morning of the 34th. Let's see. Does anybody have anything they want to do very early in the morning?
Probably drink off my hangover.
Breakfast.
Go ahead and make a Constitution save.
'Cause she's drinking.
Oh yeah, that's what I figured. So con save. Oh yeah, you're still able to. You drink enough that you wake up with a hangover, but you still wake up at the time that your body is used to. It's just not pleasant.
Then she'd still work out,
Yep.
which is worse.
Yep. Right. Anybody else up early?
Nope.
Nope, didn't think so. All right. Around 10 or so, Galahadrin, you receive a letter sort of delivered by carrier.
I think Galahadrin's asleep.
Oh, Galahadrin's asleep? Well.
Maybe maybe we'll talk about that later.
Okay. Yeah.
She would find Phelan, by the way. Well, we share a room, so. Or
You
would-
have you in the
No,
quarters
we
you
don't
were
share
given,
anymore.
You have your own room. Everybody else shares a room.
I have a hotel room.
Yeah,
Phelan doesn't share a room.
that too. So you the rooms in the castle you have are Alina's room and then everybody else's room. So
I'm gonna go. Did you tell us that you were getting a hotel room?
Yes.
Do I have? I was like, okay. I was like, do I have any idea where you are? Yeah, I'm gonna go find Phelan.
all right, yeah. Phelan, are you there to be found?
Yes, I am.
All right, she finds you.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna knock on her door quietly. And I look rough.
Good morning.
Mm. Morning is a word. Good is a word.
Would you like to come in,
Yes, please.
please?
And I'm going to spill all of yesterday, all of my findings and my fears of yesterday to Phelan. After she would first be like, "How was your day yesterday?"
Decent enough. I spoke with the wizarding school, would be the wrong term. A Sia Reventhor says hello.
And she smiles. She goes, "That was my best friend, other than Abel
Of
in
course.
school."
But we spoke of my power. She seems to think it might be divine. I'm still hesitant to talk to anybody who's divine to get a better understanding of that, but we'll work our way through that.
Any word from the girl we thought? What is her name? Sorcha.
Serena.
No, Serena.
No,
Uh,
not yet.
we have time. Before.
To do what? Go find her?
I mean, we could figure out where she went, and or did they say where? It's been weeks. Did she tell anyone where she was going, or
No.
okay? I mean, it wouldn't hurt to look.
I wouldn't have the first clue on where to look. Nora's father, whatever. I have Spade. Is that him? Father Spade? Archbishop
Ken of Spade? Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Nora's Archbishop Spade, any help? He would like to speak to Galahadrin, which I suppose when I see Galahadrin next, I should let him know.
Mm,
But
well,
the last time I thought about bringing up what I am or what I could do, Serena told me quickly and decisively not to say anything. So, I don't think I trust the church at the moment.
I
I don't think I blame you. Oh, Calandra arises from.
Is Galahadrin awake?
Yes.
Good morning.
Yes.
Phelan, would you have told Galahadrin? Passed on the message?
Yeah. Once I see him.
All right.
Which, if Galahadrin came along to
But yeah,
visit
I think
me
that's
at my hotel,
gonna. Are we
might
all
be in-
vibing?
Well, also, would you have told him yesterday or not?
No, I would have waited
Okay.
until I saw him today.
So in that case, before you would have a chance to tell Galahadrin, a courier arrives with a letter for you.
All right. I look at the letter.
It is from Rebecca, and it is so you invited her with the persuasion thing, and she was like, if you feel that is more favorable, but I would much prefer a private dinner with just the two of us, if possible.
Ooh.
All right. Wonderful. I knew we could do it.
Yeah, so I don't know what your response to that would be, but it is a very short letter.
Yeah, it is short. I mean, confirm the invitation to the dinner.
Yeah. So I don't know if you wanted to write. It's the party is tomorrow, so I don't know if you wanted to go there and speak with her directly, or if you just wanted to write another letter.
No, I want to write a letter.
Okay, the courier waits for your response letter. Yeah. What would the letter say?
Sorry, it would be like, I would just try to reiterate that dinner at the uh, other house would be great. And we should do that. It's an adventure.
Okay. All right. The letter is sent. All right. So that is taken care of. And then I guess does everybody meet up to chill and discuss?
Well, before
Yep.
we do that, Eilina does tell Phelan everything.
Okay.
Excellent. I sit there and listen like a gossipy bitch.
Hell yeah.
All right. And then are you meeting back up at the? Everybody's meeting back up at the castle for the day.
That's the plan.
I believe for those of you who don't have it already, Abel, you would probably know that dinner attire would probably be good because your uncle has like invited, a countess and stuff, and now apparently the envoy for Avency is coming as well, and etc.
Time to go clothes shopping.
Ooh.
Let's all go to the tailor and get fancy outfits.
Woo!
And Phelan, you do see Galahadron.
Excellent. Galahadron, Father Archbishop Spade wanted to speak with you.
Oh, about what?
He said he, quote, found a way to make you a paladin. No amount of reminding him that you already are one seemed to dissuade him from this idea.
Well, I'm curious to know what that is. Is it the same time as the dinner, right? Or just a general invitation?
I think it's just a general invitation. You can go if and when you decide to.
All right, I'll find time to drop in.
Excellent. I think he specifically just requested you. I don't know if he wants
Strange.
us to go with. I didn't get any. I didn't dive into that, I'll admit.
Mhm.
I don't particularly like talking to him.
Yeah.
Anyway, I told you that's my responsibility handled.
You've done your obligation admirably.
Thank you, Prince.
Okay. So are we all going clothes shopping?
Yeah.
Are you getting something from Marrow? Would Marrow wear something?
Yeah, does Mara want something? We
The
could
only
get them a
thing
little.
Miro wants to wear is like more spikes.
Could get you one of those like bow ties. That's just like it's just the bow tie and like the collar around it.
No.
You know.
Maro's fully rocking up to this nice event, having just like
One of those
dumpster
sweaters you
dived.
just put your front legs through.
I would note, Abel, you do like your uncle, and so a post dumpster dog probably.
Like
Meryl, I
she's
must
still got.
insist you have a bath, or at the very least, you can't. You're an intelligent creature, a person. You really should put on some pants, maybe.
But how would they wear them?
Maro's uninterested in the pants idea,
Don't blame him.
but she does find like a nice. Sorry, just the idea of a fucking sauna, or like a fucking hot, like a community hot springs. Everybody's she, fucking dumpster
Abel
dog.
probably knows a place where nobles take their pets to be like pampered and groomed.
She
Yeah, I'll
wants to
take
go
you.
to where the nobles get pampered. She's not a dog.
Yeah, we can have, it's a spa day, right? We go,
Yeah.
we pick out clothes, and then we all have like the mani-pedis, the full everything together.
Yeah. The full works would be a gold per person, and if you try to get them to do marrow, they will do it for 2 gold.
That's fine. I'll pay for that.
She wants her nails sharpened.
3 gold.
Okay, how
Wow.
many of us are there?
They have to hire. It's like we have to hire a
5.
blacksmith for that. So
So that's
Maybe
7
just
gold?
polished.
yeah, 7 gold.
Okay, I will do that.
Yeah. You guys all have a spa day.
Fun.
If you want to buy, if you don't already have fine clothes and want to buy some, they are at the tailors. They're 15 gold each. They can be sort of whatever style that you want for off the rack fine clothes. This is not a place where mass industrial produce goods, so you can't get something custom made in like a day, but you can definitely get some fashionable clothing from a store for 15 gold.
Excellent.
Oh, I actually already have fine clothes.
I assumed you did.
Yeah.
I also already have fine clothes.
I also already have fine clothes.
Alright, well I guess we're just getting Galahadrin some then. Who
There's no
Galahadrin
way
went up to bed.
Galahadrin doesn't have fine
Galahadrin
clothes.
does not have fine clothes.
No, actually Galahadrin does have fine clothes in their inventory.
I'm looking. I don't see it.
It's in equipment. It's the
Oh,
first thing.
yep, fine clothes right there, first thing. Yep.
Yep.
All right, so everybody's got fine clothes, except for Marrow, but Marrow's getting a spa day. So
That's you gotta have compromises.
Yeah.
Galahadrin also went up to bed.
oh yeah.
Yeah, fair enough.
All right. Well, they would be able to go and visit the Archbishop today if they wished. Is there anybody else who want to do anything else today? And if not, then we will pick up tomorrow with the any prep for the party and then the dinner party. No, everybody good?
Yeah.
All right. So I guess we will. Is there anything that people are fairly sure they would want to do for prep tomorrow before the party that wouldn't be affected by any of Galahadrin's things, or you want to have the
No, I
week
don't
to
think
think
so.
it over?
I think I'm all good.
Okay. Alrighty then. Then I think we're good.
Excellent.
Should I stop? You mean we're done? Should I
Yeah,
stop the recording?
As I want to timeline wise, the meeting with the archbishops goes before the dinner party. So
Okay. Alright, I'll stop recording then.